Hey everyone, this is Randy with AGM. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Varmint LRF series thermal scopes. One of the common features that sets this line apart from all of our other lines is the fact that they are LRF. So if you take a look at each of these scopes, you'll notice right on top, right in the center, is the laser rangefinder. Why that's unique and useful is because often when you're looking through a thermal image, you're actually staring at a little screen. And when you're staring at a screen, you have no depth perception. So a lot of guys are actually quite familiar with this when you start getting into thermal. If you go out with a guy, you start pig hunting or doing whatever, you'll notice that you can't really tell if it's something small up close or something large far away because you're not really sure what you're looking at. So having a built-in laser rangefinder, a simple button that you can just push to designate the range of that target, can be super helpful, especially if you're shooting calibers where you need to make some adjustments. So looking at all of the Varmint series scopes, you'll notice one feature that sets them all apart from the rest is that they have a removable 18650 rechargeable battery right up here on top. Each Varmint actually comes with 2 of those batteries so that you could swap them out. A battery runtime per unit is about 4 to 6 hours depending on conditions and how much you're going to leave the unit on. Just like many of our other scopes, it also has the USB connectivity port right here on the side, so you can plug this into your computer, download any onboard video that you've recorded, or you could plug it into a battery bank that you've got set up on your rifle, which will enable you to leave the unit on all night long. There are 4 Varmint series scopes to choose from. We have 2 in the 384 resolution configuration. You can choose either the 35mm objective lens or the 50mm objective lens. And in the 640 resolution models, you also have that 35mm or 50mm objective lens. Where that objective lens is going to start mattering for you is in the base magnification. So if you take a look at one of these units over here, I've got the 35mm objective lens in the 384 resolution model, and we compare it to the Rattler in the same size. So I've got a Rattler scope here, the 35 objective lens in the 384 resolution model. If you looked at them side by side, maybe a lot of guys would say the Varmint is essentially a Rattler with a laser rangefinder, and you wouldn't be far off with that kind of description, but there are a few key features with the Varmint that kind of set it apart and honestly make it a little bit more of a nicer scope. That removable battery being an 18650, much more common than CR123s that you get, and really the functionality in the buttons. So the Rattler, all the buttons are up on top. With the Varmint, they're over here on the side. You've got a distinct and easy to push power button. You've got some color palette modes, and then you've got a dial on the side that allows you to move directions, zoom in and out, navigate in the menu by simple press and hold on the button on the side right here. So coming with the QD mount enables you, just like our other scopes, to quickly attach or remove this from a rifle. So if you want to use the Varmint as a monocular, a standalone device that you want to scan with or whatever, you can feel free to do that. Included in every box, you will find the Varmint ready to go, just like many of our other scopes, so you don't have to attach the QD mount. You'll notice you'll get your 2 removable and rechargeable 18650 batteries. It also comes with a charger that you can use for the 18650 batteries. Cool thing about the charger is that it could also be used to charge other types of batteries, so CR123s, 16650s, or if you want to pick up more additional 18650s. Cables, battery packs, everything, all your adapters, everything is included in the box. We called this the Varmint primarily because, especially on these 384 units, the base magnification is quite a bit higher than many of our Rattler series. So 3 power and 4 power, if you ever go out and you coyote hunt, typically it's very common that you'll be calling in dogs from greater distances. So we knew that hunters are going to need that higher base magnification to identify targets at greater distances as they're calling them in. Not that these are bad units. I mean, we also have 640 units with lower base magnification. You're just going to be more punched in. So if you're shooting hogs and they start to scatter, that's going to be a little bit more difficult as they're going left and right, especially if you're up close. One could also argue you probably don't need a laser rangefinder if you're hog hunting and you're up close because, again, we're talking a lot of guys 60 yards, 100 yards max, but it's still an awesome tool to have. So, very popular scope, laser range finding capability. All right, guys, so that is the Varmint LRF series scopes. If you have any questions, you can comment below. If you want to learn more information, visit us on our website and you can learn a little bit more about the technical aspects of these scopes. We'll see you next time.